Who's ready out there? Anyone ready out there? Talk to me, talk to me. I like this, I like this, I like this. I want to see more chatting. I want to see more chatting. Welcome to Getting It Done, a podcast about music education and life lessons. I'm your host, Tim Rausenberger. Today is Thursday, March 21st, 2019. This is episode 260, Random Acts of Kindness. Are we ready to do this? All right. Hello to everyone out there, and welcome back to Getting It Done. We just released, or I should say I just released a podcast tonight, which was episode 259. Hopefully you had a moment to check it out. Hopefully you have already, before we've even started here, you have already hit that like button. Hit that like button. Tell a friend right now. This is the most important thing they need to be doing with their life right now. Tell them to stop whatever they're doing and tell them to get on here. We have such an incredible show planned for you. Alice is in the chat. Alice, give it up for Alice. Give it up for Alice. How about some love for Alice? Let's hear it in the chat. And I got to say hello to a bunch of people here. The first person I have to say hello to, or else she's going to get very upset with me, and I hope she's there tonight, is Anai. That's what I say. That's why I call her all the time. But hopefully Anai is with us. There she is. She's got the first shout out for tonight. Thank you for being here tonight. We are going to just say some thank yous to some people who have been with us since the very beginning. Sean Stella Hearts, thank you for being with us tonight. Just Nice. He's amazing. What a great person. Kaylani is back. Coco and Passion. I don't know who that is. Maybe you can identify yourself. Ellie's World. Yay. She was able to make it back this week. Esther she said it's been a minute, Mr. R. Yes, it has. Annette, who won a gift card last week, told me she was never going to return. We had a little issue there, and it was resolved, so it looks like she's here. David is here tonight. Hello to David. Let's see who else we have. There are some return customers. Alexa Estevez. Jessica. Oh, my goodness. Everybody say hello to Jessica. Jessica's an amazing person. She's been someone I've known for a really, really long time and might very well step into that moderator role somewhere down the road. So say a big hello to Jessica Zuckerman. Really appreciate her being here tonight. Austin, thanks again as always. ISM Look, you're back again, I see. And oh, Rebecca Scales. Oh, my goodness. I can't give the whole story about Rebecca Scales because it's embarrassing. Well, at any rate, Rebecca is a very, very special person, near and dear to my heart. We've known each other, oh, my goodness, I guess it's been about 27 years now. So I'm so happy Rebecca is here. Look at her smiling. I see it. Oh, my goodness, AJ Muse. AJ Muse 74. That is one of my, I have to say it, prize pupils. That is someone who is one of the greatest music teachers in America, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I just blew your cover, AJ. Sorry about that. Okay, we have to get into the show. How about it? What do you think? Random acts of kindness. Well, before we get into random acts of kindness, here's what I need you guys to do first. And I want you to put these only in the chat. Can you help me out, please? I think the chat's over there. Am I pointing in the right direction? Please say yes. Am I pointing in the right direction? Help me out here, because I think this is where the chat is, or am I pointing to the wrong direction? Say no if it's no. I am. I see Sarai. Usually Sarai's usually got my back. Okay. All right. I'm sorry that AJ got she got the crown. Yes, yes. Okay. So at any rate, what I need you to do to start off, we're going to do this in the chat tonight. So if you can do this right now, what I'd like you to do is tell me something that you feel, and don't be silly about it. Be really serious about it, because this is going to be a really fun and very exciting and invigorating podcast. But let's be really honest, we have a lot of hatred that's in the world. We have a lot of evil. We have a lot of people not doing the nicest things. And really try your best to not use names. I want you to avoid politics. Please avoid politics. Please avoid religion. They're topics I simply do not discuss on my podcasts, because there are too many ways that things can go. They can get controversial. People can take things personal. What I need you to do right now, very simply, is I want you to tell me something that you think is wrong in the world, something that you think could be better in the world. Take a second, type some things out. Okay, just saying something like "we need peace," that's not enough. We need more than that. We need things. And I'm going to just type some things to kind of help things out. Punching someone is not going to be something. We're going to avoid that. The society. Okay, so we can probably say society as a whole, which is unfortunate. So I think that we're going to throw that out there. We certainly have. I love Jess's comment here. We're impatient due to social media. Definitely. We are very, very, very impatient. I was actually just watching an excellent YouTube channel. It's escaping me right now, but I will let you know in the near future that channel. Such a great channel, and they were talking about our attention span. And the fact of the matter is, we're now at the point where our attention spans as a people are so low that there are people that have attention spans that are shorter than a goldfish, and that's sad. We love buffering. That's great. Useless fights and pettiness taking over relationships and friendless. Kaylani nailed it. That's Kei. She really nailed it, and that's so true. I think one thing you have to just think about with that, and that's not what tonight's all about, because this is about random acts of kindness, but in terms of the fights and the pettiness, I think the best thing to do is to be the bigger person and just move past it, and do everything you can to move past it. Don't give that nasty person extra attention. Every single moment that you're giving your time and your brain, and you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I can't stand that person. They drive me crazy." You're actually giving them what they wanted to begin with. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to be giving them your time and your energy. We want to be putting it towards other types of things. Thanks for the words of wisdom. Appreciate that. You need to understand no matter how they look, act, or speak, they're still human and don't need to be treated like animals. That is so true. Wow, we have so many people that are just not treated the same. Everybody is human. We all came into the world the same exact way. Last I checked, except for me, I think I hatched from an egg. I think I did. Yeah. All right. But everybody else here, though, I mean, in all honesty, everyone here, we've all come, two people got together, felt that it was the right decision, and you were one out of a gazillion, the whole thing that happens there. All right. And you're here. And we're all human, and we need to really acknowledge that. So now that we know that, and we know about bullying and things that we know are wrong with the world, now we got to find ways to make the world right. I will start off by saying, and I'm not saying this in any arrogant way at all, but my mission when I teach, and this has been my mission for the past few years, especially where I'm teaching now, is I like to make people happy. It's simple as that. I like to make people happy. I think that it's really, really important for people to know that they're needed, know that they're wanted, know that their opinions matter, know that people care about them. If everybody in the world just knows that at least one person cares about them, one person loves them, one person takes the time to just do something nice for them, it can completely change their day. People have for me. I think about longtime friends like Jess and Rebecca. These are people that throughout the course of my life shared incredible, wonderful words of wisdom with me and lifted me up at times when I needed it. And I've been able to do the same for them. It's a reciprocal type of thing. So I think that's really important, that wherever you are in your workplace, or if you are a student at a school, it's hard. It's really hard. Life is hard. It's hard to be able to take all of those feelings that we have, and we might be in a really bad mood, but put them off to the side. I have only walked into my current school one time in a year and a half where I've been in any mood that has not been great. I walk in with a big smile every single day. Even when I'm sick, and I'm down, I still bring that. And even if I'm hurting, and I have to tell you, what was that one day? The one day was, I'll type it in here. Yeah. See if any of you remember this day. And I even said that it didn't ruin my entire day. How about the broken rear windshield? Anybody remember that one? That was fun. Yeah. So my windshield got shattered in the parking lot near my school. That was not funny, and I see some people laughing about it. But that was not a fun situation. $330 later. I was piping hot mad when I walked in. But they also knew right away there was definitely something going on, because that wasn't me. And my whole thing is, really, it's not being kind. My thing is being kind in a random manner. Birthdays are great. 364 other days of the year are great too. You need to remember that. You need to celebrate August 8th because it's August 8th. You need to do something to make someone happy. So now that we've identified some of those things, I do encourage you to look at the following episodes. Hopefully you've looked in the description. Look at episodes, ones that I've already done, the audio ones on iTunes and SoundCloud. You will find them at number 6, number 51, 69, 119, and 247. Those episodes all deal in some way with not being selfish and being kinder to others and doing random acts of kindness without anything expected in return. Those are great, great episodes. So check those out. And I have to tell you, it's kind of weird. I kind of inspired myself going back and listening to a few of those episodes and saying, yeah, like, that's fun. Those are good things. Those are things that make me happy. All right. Here's what you got to do for me. We're going to be going over here now. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to do it here and here. All right. So whatever you type here, I want you to put it in the comments below. And I want you to really think about this. Okay. I want you to think of any random act of kindness that you can do. And even if you don't have the financial means, but hold on, don't type so quick. What I want you to do is tell me a random act of kindness that costs money. We could be talking about 25 cents. We could be talking about $1. Small amounts of money, any amount of money. What I would like you to do is post something that's going to involve money in some type of way over here or over here. I'll get you guys started, okay? Just in general. Getting some type of food for others and just giving away food for others, okay? Esther, we do love you, but I don't know if we're going to be buying you a car. I want the car first. Thank you. Okay, got that out of my brain and my system here. Okay, so at any rate, let's see what we got here. Sarai nailed it. That's an excellent one. Give money to someone who can't afford a bus train ride. There has not been one time in my entire teaching career that I've turned a student away who needs money to take the bus. It's simple as that. If they need it, then you give it to them. And then when they don't want to take it, you put it in their hand anyway, and that's it. So those are really, really good. AJ Muse nails it. Okay. Buying a homeless person food. It's just one of the greatest things that you can do. You see someone homeless. Here's what you do. If you worry about where that money is going to go, and I understand you may have your concerns. You might even know that person and know that if you gave them money, they might be doing something, well, not in their best interests. So what you do instead is you say to them, hey, are you hungry? Hey, could you do, would you like something to eat? They may or may not tell you, or the heck with that. Just go and find something that probably anyone is going to like and anyone's going to appreciate. Just go and buy them some food. It doesn't matter where it's from, to be honest. I think it'll make people happy, and that can only be $1 or $2. You're going to feel so great, and you never know, because that homeless person or that person that's in need, you may have just changed their life in some type of way because you saw some good in them. Jessica, leaving extra money in a parking meter. That is awesome. That is so great. Think about places where people have to pay to park their cars on the street. So you're leaving, your time is about up, and then just fill up the meter. You may only have to put in a few quarters. The next person that goes there, they're going to be so happy. It's going to feel like Christmas to them, especially if they don't have any change at the moment and it's not a situation where they can put in dollar bills. Let's see what else we have over here. Helping a homeless animal. Wow. We've gone beyond people. That is really excellent. Just a homeless animal. And I have a friend of mine, all of her cats she got from a shelter. So that's one of the greatest things you can do. Obviously, there is a little bit of a risk that can be involved because you don't know what their backgrounds were. Was the animal abused in any way, or you don't know the background, but sometimes you want to take that risk, and that's totally okay. Here's one thing I will tell you in terms of money. It's just a thing of mine that I don't do, but I have a reason for it. I don't donate to charities too often, but there's a catch though. The charities, whatever the charity may be, if wherever I know that money is ultimately going to be going, what I do instead is, instead of donating directly to the charity, where I don't know where the money is going and who it's going to be going to and how they're going to get it and what form they're going to get it, or any of those different types of things, I try to find out where that charity is going to, the people it's going to, and I go directly to the people. I bring it straight to them. There's something about that person-to-person connection. It's nice to be getting it from someone, for instance, like the Red Cross. So I have nothing against the Red Cross. They do wonderful work. But isn't it even more meaningful when it's just something really, really random? So that's great stuff. Let me just see if I can grab 2 more here. And I apologize if I couldn't get everyone. We've got Rebecca here. Donate or purchase new clothing or shoes. If you can't afford the new clothing, then donate clothes that have been barely worn and try to give them directly. I had a student this past year couldn't afford a jacket, and it was 10 degrees outside, and it just so happened that I had a jacket that was a smaller size that I had. I'm not using it. I'm not going to be using it, and I just gave it to her. That's it. It's the right thing to do. All right. Let's see some other ones here that I have on my list, and maybe you'll agree with some of these. Water. Water is a big deal, especially at all times of year. People can get dehydrated. Especially people who are working outside. I like to get water for sanitation workers, for people that are working near your home. There's a reason for that. And construction workers. Now, when you're dealing with construction workers, that's important because they are dealing in some type of way with our infrastructure, the roads, power lines, things of that nature. And we want them to be doing a really great job. And when they have somebody who randomly does that, that makes them feel really good. It makes them feel wanted, because that can be a very thankless type of job. I don't think many people are going past. You're so irritated and annoyed about the construction. You're probably not going back and saying, "Hey, how are you?" and putting up the 5 fingers as opposed to maybe 1 finger you might be putting up instead towards the person. So it's good to do these things, because if you give a sanitation worker, and I do this especially in the summer when I don't have to rush off to school because I have to leave for school before my sanitation hits my property. But what I do is, especially in the summer, is I will wait for them to come, and I will run out to them, and I'll go up to the driver and I'll hand him a bottle of water, and I'll if the workers want them right there, or I'll give them to the driver so they can enjoy them later on. That costs nothing. It's about 10 cents a bottle or so. And you know what? The next time you have to put out a lot of trash. Sometimes I may have a lot of trash to put out. It's going to make those people really, really, really happy, and they're not going to moan and groan and all that type of stuff. You do it for your mailman. Take care of that person in that way. It doesn't have to be money. Just give them some water throughout the course of going through their route every day. That's a thankless type of job through all the elements they have to go through. And people working near your home, and I'm going to tell you why that's really key. Anybody who's working near your home, whether they're doing landscaping or, again, might be construction type work, maybe they're working on your home in some way. They're working on the roof. You've got to do that. When I had my construction done on my roof this past summer, it cost $10,000. That wasn't fun. You know what? I just said to myself, we're already $10,000 in. What's $50 more? And what I did was I told the construction guys, hey, listen, I've heard such incredible things about you. I just want you to know that I'm buying pizza for all of you for lunch, and you're going to have beverages the entire day. And I had a cooler outside. We're talking 100 degrees outside, blazing hot sun on my roof. And when I tell you, all those waters were consumed, they needed them. You got to take care of those people. People that visit your home for any reason at all, you should make sure to offer them just a beverage. Doesn't have to be anything extravagant. All right. Anyone who is working outside in the winter, out in the cold, you need to take care of those people. Again, manual labor is the toughest labor. I'm never going to ever complain about my job. Ever, ever, ever. I'll never complain as a teacher, ever, because I'm indoors. Even if the heat is out or the air conditioning is not working, you know what? I think of those people that are working out in the weather. And, out of 365 days a year, and they may have 30 great days of perfect ideal weather. Think about all the days where they have to cope with the elements. That's not fun. That's not fun. Bringing free food and beverages to work for others. All right. So this is something that I started doing, and I decided to do it starting in January. I told my principal that I wanted to start bringing in hot beverages for the staff. And he was really surprised, and he said, "You want to do this on your own?" I said, "Yes, I really do." And why? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for where I work. Even if you don't love where you work, when you do something like that, it's going to make everyone better. It's going to make everyone happier. And we already had a happy environment in our where we work as it is, but everybody has that bad day. And what I was thinking to myself is, every person who's coming to my school, unless they walk, we have a really tough commute in the morning. And you got those mornings where you can't get your coffee, you can't get your tea. And unfortunately, the coffee can be a little expensive, but tea bags are certainly not. So having tea and hot chocolate every day for my colleagues was something they appreciated. And what do I do every so often? I throw bags of chips in there. You don't need to go out and buy the $4 bag of Doritos. It's not necessary. You can just get a $1 bag of chips from Walmart. That's gigundo. I think my students, do I have any of my students out there? Anybody had any of those chips before? I think we've had maybe one or two in a class. But it's not hard to do. It's just such a simple thing. I'll throw out ramen. I had people. I had one of my security guards in my school came up to me yesterday, and he apologized profusely for interrupting my class. He said, "I had to come in an early shift. I only have enough food for the rest of my lunch." My goodness, he didn't even have to say all of that. Just went back. I had some ramen in the back. Took care of him. And yes, Karen, I did. I actually bought Chinese food for people at my school too. And for my students, every Friday I give them hot beverages. Why? Because they deserve it. That's it. Simple as that. Does it make people happy? Yes. But you know what? We also got a lot more out of it. Instead of it being just random, they had to learn how to clean up after themselves. They knew that I was not their mother and I was not their maid, and I'm not their uncle who's going to take care of all this stuff and clean up. Okay. So we have someone like Sarai who I didn't ask her. She went out of her way to commit a random act of kindness by helping to clean up almost every single day. That's something that any student could have done in the school. It's something that she owned herself. And I'm so very, very grateful for her, because I know that I can always count on her for those types of situations. And I think that it's really great. So, other things that we can do in terms of things that can cost money. Paying for a toll for someone behind you at a toll booth. That's something that's great. That's something that's great. And while I'm finishing these up, here's what I need you to do. We're going to put this off the side. Sorry, Jessica, for making you hungry. All right, here we go. Off to the side right now. I want acts of kindness, random acts of kindness that are free. They cost nothing. They cost nothing. Let's start putting them here. Put them below in the comments. I'm sorry. I see 23 people. I see 11 likes. Are you being for real right now? Let's go. Come on. Let's get those likes going. Bring up those likes. Okay. Come on. Thumbs up. Hello. And down there, no thumbs down. Down there, put the comments off to the side. Give me some things right now. Get the chat going so we can have a whole bunch of comments so I can give you some creds. All right. So we can pay for someone's toll behind us. I've done this many times. We're coming off the New Jersey Turnpike and not cheap tolls, $2.75 toll. I'll pay for the person behind me. Depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm very random. I'll pay for a whole bunch of people behind me. And maybe I'll just give a little card and give it to the next person and tell them to pass on the favor and do something nice for someone else during the day. So that's something you can do. An easy one. This is so easy. Go to even just a fast food restaurant. You're in the drive-thru. You have a little bit of extra money. Ask how much the person's meal is behind you and pay for their meal. That's easy. That's really, really simple. So we have so many different things that we can do that involve money. Now let's get to the list of the free things. And before I do mine, because I'm going to put my list over off to the side here, let's take a look at what people came up with so far. All right, let's see what we got. Toll booth. Okay, hugging someone. Absolutely. All right, what Esther said is so right. People love hugs. And that's a tough thing, and it can be a very tricky thing, especially if you're a teacher that's watching this right now. Thank you for all the likes, everybody. Appreciate that. If you're a teacher, it's a challenging situation. And I understand that. I understand a lot of teachers that don't want to do that because, unfortunately, where we are in right now. But at the very least, you can give someone a side hug. You can certainly give them at least a high five, some type of connection, or just pound the fist. Just some type of connection, some type of way. But if a kid is crying to the point that they're beyond consoling, they may gesture and may want to be able to get a hug from you. And if someone does that, it's very, very difficult to just say, no, I can't do such a thing. That's challenging. But hugging, I think, is really, really great. If you're a student with another student, give them a hug. There's no harm with that. All right. Complimenting someone. Another one from Esther. And I'm not skipping over other people. Complimenting someone. That's so easy. Go up to somebody. Just comment about their hair. Doesn't matter. I have hair now. Look. Have you noticed it's different every episode? I don't know what I'm doing with this. There we go. I have no idea. I don't know what to do with this. What should I do with my hair? Please don't say waves, by the way. I'm not doing waves. Okay. I'm a grown man. But, I don't know what to do with this. But you know what? I love the fact that people have come up to me and said, you know what? I like you with hair. I like that. I don't like you bald. I like you with hair. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I'll keep it. I guess I'll go with the look. So I think that's something that can make someone feel good. I had people that come up to me. Like today, I didn't wear this tie. I wore a tie that was a Coca-Cola polar bear tie. I had so many people come up to me. It made me feel so great. And then be able to turn around and say, yeah, this is really made by Coca-Cola. That made me feel great. Because it's not just that I felt good. I felt good that they felt the need to tell me that. And you know what? If they did that, that means not only do they have a great heart, but they, in some way or another, care about me in some type of way. And I think that's so great. Oh, Angelica, stop being so nice about me being skinny. Yes, I have lost 67 pounds since Christmas. Profile view. Well, I can't do the profile. I'd have to stand up for that right now. And if I stand up, the mic's going to go everywhere. But thank you. Yeah, let's see. I'm not getting an afro. Okay, that's not happening. Let's see. Words of encouragement. Thank you, Rebecca. Words of encouragement. People need to know that you are there for them. People need to know that you're there to support them through the tough times. It doesn't mean necessarily that you have to be talking to them for 6 hours, and that may be necessary too. I can almost every single person that's in this chat right now. I see all these different people. Oh, I see Ken. I think that's the Ken that I know too. Thank you, Ken, for being here. That means a lot, buddy. But I look at all these people here in this chat. I think almost every single person here, I've talked one-on-one to them for hours and hours. But you know what? I can just as easily simply go up to these people and just say, hey, how are you? How's your day today? How are we doing? Just like that. That's not hard. You see someone in the hallway. You know what? You look awesome. You know what? You are awesome. That's not hard. Just do it. And if they look at you weird, okay, that's fine. No harm in that. Smile. Smile, especially if you have my situation. Okay? Smile at them. Let them wonder. If they look awkwardly at my tooth, I'll say, yeah, take a look, okay? And we laugh about it. Whatever, now I just made somebody laugh. That's awesome. That's good stuff. That's positive stuff there. All right, let's see what else we have over the side. Stage dive. I don't know about that. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Coffee machine in the cafeteria. That would be really, really a nice thing for sure. Let's see what else we have. We have hugging. We have sharing. Oh, this is a good one from Sarai. Smiling and saying hello and thank you to the custodians and crossing guards. Have you done that? You need to do that every single morning when I'm walking to school. And it doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter if I'm 5 minutes from being on time. It doesn't matter whether I'm 2 hours before school. If I am walking in the morning and I see a crossing guard, I always say good morning to them. Always say good morning to them. It makes their day better. It makes them feel better. They have to be out in the elements too. They're there to protect you. So definitely do that. Custodians, thankless jobs. These are people that unfortunately too often don't get appreciated enough. You need to go out of your way. You need to go up to them and be appreciative for whatever it is that he or she is doing for your school. One of the greatest things happened yesterday. I have a custodian in my school, does an amazing job cleaning my room. And I had a bunch of students that stopped by after school for a few minutes, and the custodian came in at the same time. And one of my students, and she's in here, she knows who she is, she gave this custodian the biggest hug because she had this custodian in a previous school. And then a bunch of the other ones did too. And it was so great because I have such a great relationship with the custodian, and she doesn't speak English, and I don't speak Spanish, yet we still connect. And it was so great because the students were able to help me. They were able to do some translating. It was special. It was powerful. But just that big hug and being able to say that they missed the person. That's good stuff. All right, let's say we got smile to a stranger. Yes, that is huge. I have this one student I've made this unbelievable connection with in school. This has been very recent. This student, if you can believe this, here's what she did. She subscribed to my podcast. And I believe it's episode 257 or 255. It's one of those two. The very first comment is hers. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know her name. Next day I went into school and I had started talking to her and I said, hey, did you get a chance to check out the podcast? She said, yeah, that was me that made the comment. Oh, my heart melted. I was so happy because I was going to talk to her anyway. It really didn't matter. But to know that she made that comment, that's a random act of kindness on her part. Did you make comments in my other videos? Shame if you didn't. All right, take care of that. That's the type of thing. You know, you think about maybe some of the nice things that possibly I've done for you. Maybe you can do that to help me out. Have you gone up to someone who you know is not following this podcast and you know that they would really enjoy this and see my smiley face here, me bopping around here and having a great time. And we're all having so much fun. And we know that gift cards, yep. Gift cards are at the end here. We're going to be past. I'm sorry. 2 of them tonight. Yeah, it's happening. 2 of them. Why? We hit our 200 subscriber. 200 subscriber was a boy named Pedro. He was our 200 subscriber, and I was thrilled for him. I don't know if everybody else felt the same way. He's a very, very energetic person, I think is a good way of putting it. But we hit it, though. We made it. So, if you are an adult, you're a teacher, this is easy. You have people all around you. Just go up to someone, say, hey, look, take out your phone. No, whatever you're doing, that's not that important. Take out your phone. Okay, now what you got to do, you got to type in getting it done. And if they type in getting it done, they're going to get all the other ones that really don't matter. I'm sorry, did I say that? Yeah, I think I just did. So getting it done, and then give them one of the episode numbers. You find the one that has the least views. That's the best way. So I say getting it done 257 or 253, and then it will come up, and I'll say a good-looking guy is going to come up. Ding. Okay. That's a great way to add a random act of kindness. Let's see what else we have here before I list some of my own. Do we have someone? Okay. Yes. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to give her so much credit right now. Alexa just said, talking to someone who is mostly shy to talk to others. I have to give Alexa so much credit today. Didn't ask her to do this. Brand new student to the school today. Alexa, on her own, didn't ask her. I talked to some other people in the class, and they were very, very nice to the student. Alexa, on her own, went up. She moved her chair, went up to the student, and I could just see, was just showing her the ropes, giving her an idea of what my class was all about. It was so obvious. And Alexa just has such a kind demeanor to her. She has such a kind attitude. And I know made that student feel very, very comfortable. And they may not become best of friends. That's not the point. It's that this is somebody who randomly, without being asked, did the right thing. That's great stuff. So there we go. Let's see what else we have here. I want to make sure to talk to her. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Mr. R, who is that? You'll find out tomorrow. You can ask me. I can't get food for any of you right now. I'm sorry. Okay. Is anybody ready for my list? Give me a big yes with lots of yeses. Lots of yeses. Give me lots of S's. And we'll do that for that we do in one of my classes. So I want a big yes if you are ready for my list. Are you ready? I need to get the yes. Let's go. All right, we got Ken. Ken didn't participate properly. Ken did this. Add Ken. Okay, there we go. Rebecca got involved. Mine got involved. No, we don't want no. We want Esther going crazy. Jessica's keeping it very, very conservative. All right. Okay, here we go. Here comes my list. These are in no order whatsoever. Number 1, tell another person their car lights are out. Please do this. Please do this. Okay, so tell another person their rear car light is out. Why? Because you know what? If you don't tell them, they may never know. That is one of the worst things to be pulled over for. You don't know. How could you possibly know that your light is out in the back? Or the front, you're probably going to know. You'll be able to tell at night. But the backlight, that's a terrible one. Now, you have to be very, very careful with this because, as Just Nice said, it can cause an accident. It can cause an accident if the light is out. It can also cause an accident because you got to be careful when you say it. So what I try to do, and you have to be really careful when you're driving, and unfortunately, it's the society that we live in. I do take the chance from time to time. If I'm stopped at a light, I'll quickly jump out of my car, especially if I know, if I've waved somebody in and let them come in traffic, they're already going to probably be happy with me. So they're hopefully not going to think I'm a complete psychopath. But I'll go up and just kind of motion to them. Can you put your window down for a second and just say, listen, you just need to know your rear light is out. That's huge, huge. You got to get that taken care of right away. I've been stopped so many times. Just a simple thing like that. Please take care of that. Number 2, say hello to someone who needs it. What does that mean? That means, come on, body language. We're all smart people. You look at someone, you see they're down. You look at someone, they don't have many friends. Just say hello to them. Just acknowledge them. Okay? We could just say hello to a random person. It's not hard. It's easy. But we don't do it. And we pass by the person. We don't bother saying anything to them at all. And people feel left out. All right, number 3, being cheerful no matter what your mood. Oh boy, this was tough. This is tough. Not easy, very, very challenging. I will tell you, just before we started this podcast, I'm talking 15 minutes before we started this podcast, one of my family members got some awful news. Thankfully, it has nothing to do with the person's health, but they got some really, really bad news. And I'm crushed. And the second this podcast is over, I'm going to be calling them up right away. And I'm not going to lie, I am concerned about them. But what am I going to do? I'm going to come off. I'm in a bad mood. And I'm going to bring you all down with me. Ugh. It's a nice face, isn't it? All right. I mean, come on. Come on. I know it's tough. Life is hard. I get it. We don't want to be doing fake smiles all the time. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm asking you to do is to challenge yourself. Find things inside yourself and just try to be as cheerful as you possibly can, no matter what's going on in my life. I know that when I arrive to my job every day, I'm going to have a great day. It's going to happen. And I'm going to make sure the people around me have great days too. Because before I get to my room, I'm greeting like 10, 15 people. I go out of my way to find people just to say hello to them. And what's happened now in return is now they're saying hello to me first. Love it. Good stuff. All right. Number 4, wave oncoming traffic through when they're making a challenging turn. All right. So I'll give you an example. Okay. You are at a traffic light, stoplight, where you're in that part of the country.